Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Beyond Two Souls, namely the finale, Black Sun.
No, folks, we're not watching Avatar The Last Airbender, Day of Black Sun. The Lord knows I wish I could be.
Prepare, ladies and gentlemen, for an incredibly unsatisfying and stupid finale. But then again, it wouldn't be Beyond Two Souls if it wasn't like that.
I still enjoyed what I've seen of Beyond Two Souls. I didn't think it was terrible.
How much did you see of it, really?
I've seen two full playthroughs. And
Have you seen the playthroughs? Have you seen the playthroughs that show off that pretty much your choices mean nothing, though?
And this is just the beginning.
This is a David Cage game, of course the choices mean nothing.
Well, I mean, even your gameplay input means nothing. As
The
we
big
saw in
problem with
part
this
4.
game... Well, I mean, this is a finale, so I might as well start doing a big sum up of the game's problems anyway. Basically, the big problem with this game is, well, it's like the writing, bad dialogue is of course a given for David Cage.
Oh,
but,
wait, hold on. I need to say something about this scene. Mr. Cage, you were making the government pretty much the most blatant evil jackasses ever. You're literally having him say, "Oh, we are now the only people with this power in the world. We are now able to conquer this world." It's like, come on.
I'm not sensing a difference between this US government and the real US government.
Oh, come on, we're not that stupid. Even we know to eventually learn from something that's gone wrong 2 freaking times.
that was a deal.
Why did she stick around for that meeting?
Because we needed to establish what that guy was saying for the audience. But, you know, I guess.
Okay, you know what? This whole commentary has basically been a cross-examination of David Cage's words and how this has contradicted his words. So you know what? For this final part, let's just, whenever we find a big gaping hole in logic or something, just cry objection and basically state your point.
Alright, let's do that. Meanwhile, I'm just picking choices that don't even really matter because they're going to be quickly forgotten once we start the ending climax. Protagonist. Let's pretend for a moment, let's detach for a moment that moment where she became an outright hypocrite.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
I haven't given him an answer yet.
Okay, we all know that she's an hypocrite, yes, but let's detach that for a moment. Like, let's look at Jodie as a person aside from the hypocrite shit in the Somalian mission. Actually no. For the sake of completion, I think okay. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen, is a big hypocrite. She complains that the government fooled her into killing.
Ryan, will you just piss off?
Yeah.
Even though I like you better than Jodie.
Basically, Jodie kills a gajillion soldiers during the military mission, and then when one of them turns out to have a kid, now all of a sudden she regrets what she's done. Jodie, you've killed a lot of other people too. Maybe those people probably also had kids.
It's like if you had a police cop who decided to let a guy go just because that guy saved someone else, even if that guy was a murderer. I mean, come on. How stupid can you get?
And right after that, she calls Nathan, warning the CIA that if they come after her, she'll kill them all. So let me get this straight. 5 minutes ago, you were complaining about you have blood in your hands, and you know, oh my god, how could I possibly live with myself? And right afterwards, you're saying that you'll kill everyone who gets in your way.
I think my Jodie impression pretty much summed it up well back then.
Yeah. Remind me again, Apollo, why did you enjoy this character?
I probably didn't see as much stupid crap as you guys are noticing, but...
Well, okay, Apollo, you say that you've seen two full playthroughs, right? Well, when we finish uploading the commentary for this, maybe you should take a look at our playthrough of it, because Pedro does a good job. Huh?
Yeah, actually the Somalia mission is already up, so we can show him that.
Yeah, it's basically like, well, Pedro is sort of showing a lot of the in-game problems, the mechanical problems, and also the story issues with, like, certain choices. Because, yes, there are some choices that will get you, like, the best glimpse of this game, but it becomes very apparent that not even the gameplay input matters. Like in part 4, Pedro literally put down his controller, and we progressed just fine.
See, and that's another big problem, is that there's no reason for this to be a game. This should be a movie.
And
I mean, if there's literally if I literally have no impact on what goes on screen, then why am I even holding a controller at all? Why isn't this a movie?
Yeah. That's sort of one of our biggest problems with this game, is because, well, it defies the logics of being a game.
For the sake, I mean, I've already talked about this in the previous part, but for the sake of our guest commentator who doesn't know, I have no problem with story-driven games. I freaking love Ace Attorney for all that.
Same here.
But the big difference between, say, Ace Attorney and this game is that Ace Attorney, I still have a reason to be there. You know, I still have a role to play in the fucking game. You know, I'm you know, figuring out testimony, finding contradictions, presenting evidence.
Heck, let's go even farther than that. Let's look at click-and-point games like The Ghost Pirates of Fuju Island or King's Quest. Even though those feel like they're bare bones, you're still doing something.
Exactly.
You're clicking, yes, but you have to... It actually has
solve puzzles?
Yes, and you have to actually use the game mechanics that are given to you. In this game, you don't have to use the gameplay and mechanics given to you pretty much half the time.
Jova, what gameplay mechanics?
You're now Elizabeth North.
Like,
Elizabeth North. I wonder if there's supposed to be a reference there.
It's Nolan North's retarded daughter.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was out of line. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just kind of distraught because we're still playing this game. Okay, where was I?
Oh, God, Willem Dafoe is wasted.
So yeah.
Thanks.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is another great example of how character development in this game sucks ass. All of a sudden, we get a revelation that turns out Willem Dafoe has gone insane because of his family's death over the years. It would be nice if we actually saw that instead of him just flat out, you know, becoming a completely different character at the end of the game.
The problem is that the way his character's been building it up is that he's been built up as a character who's slowly but gradually actually healing and has been getting better and better. Now, you may try and counter this with Zuko from Avatar The Last Airbender, but Zuko still had the transition there. Here, it comes so much out of nowhere. Now, you could make the argument that we are trying to see this from the eyes of Jodie and Aiden, and I guess technically we haven't been spending this much time with Nathan, but I'm sorry.
But that in itself also brings up a big problem. Nathan is one of our main characters. Why the hell weren't we spending time with them?
Heck, why couldn't we play as him?
Ugh.
I mean, wouldn't it have been nice to actually have seen the eyes between Jodie and Nathan? You know, wouldn't that have been better, actually? You get one person who's actually on the side.
Let's take a moment to reflect on Jodie, our protagonist, for example. Without the let's put out the hypocrisy shit. Let's put that aside for a moment, just for the sake of, you know. Okay, Jova, I have an exercise. Have you ever seen Red Letter Media's Star Wars prequels review?
Sort of.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do the Red Letter Media exercise on you, Jova.
Okay.
You're gonna describe. Let's play a game. You're gonna. Oh wait, actually no. This is a big thing that I know Jova's gonna want to rant on. Yeah.
So yeah.
This
we'll do
terrible. Oh god.
We'll do it later.
Okay.
This is a disgrace.
So yes, what do you think those two are trying to say? Because he apparently doesn't know. Surely they look completely fine with the fact that they're apparently being kept here, even though they're dead.
Let's not beat around the bush here. It's pretty obvious that they want them to let go, but I presume that the idea that we're meant to grasp here is that Nathan's so distraught with the loss of his wife and daughter. It was at least 15 years ago at this point, looking at how old Jodie is. It's just plagued his mind for this long that he's been trying to get him back. He's been trying to stay with him.
But here's what I don't get. It's like here's the big problem. It's like during part 4 we were actually dealing with a story scene where Nathan was actually actively helping shut down the condenser. Now maybe this would have made sense if, you know, maybe after that chapter in part 4, you know, like, well, his wife and daughter died, then that would make sense why he wanted to bring it back. But no! That explicitly took place during when Jodie was a teenager, at which point his wife and daughter were long since dead. So this is assuming that Nathan Drake shut down the first condenser, yet is A-okay with bringing this condenser back.
Whoa, Jova.
I don't recall having a Nathan Drake in this.
Oh, my bad.
Don't
Why do I keep making that mistake?
You're thinking of a much better game, Jova.
It's Nathan,
Dawkins.
Yes, Nathan Hawkins, yes. It's like this game would have us assume that Nathan Dawkins willingly shut down the first condenser, yet for some reason now wants to completely run with this condenser.
Because that makes sense.
I mean, come on!
Now this is the Willem Dafoe I love. Please keep it up.
I like that he's going over the top. The problem is that his character is all wrong here. I've actually been growing to like this more gentlest Willem Dafoe character, who seems like he's actually at peace with it. But no, let's just have him be crazy and throw a temper tantrum in some Oedipus Rex complex.
Oh, and I love the facial expression he makes right here.
And even worse, this is now giving me One More Day flashbacks.
How is he doing?
What?
I don't know. Oh my god.
Wait,
is he
actually seeing sense?
You know, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that was a fault of bad motion capture because I've never once seen Willem Dafoe in a movie go like.
Wait, she actually just left him like that there?
Yep.
Yeah, never mind the fact that a guy is apparently inflicting purgatory on his family. No, we're just gonna leave that be. Wow, Jodie, that's real selfless of you. Yeah, you're truly a hero.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Jova, you remember that? Oh, by the way, Jova, you remember that part you put about the government being lying to her?
Yeah.
About the deal? Well.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Yeah, because they were so going to have someone else be able to work the condenser.
I'm gonna have to do an objection because I want to cross-examine this speech right
Go
now.
ahead.
You put us in a very difficult situation.
No I didn't. What situation are you talking about?
We can't let you go.
Why?
Why?
She helped you out. She did exactly what you said.
Okay, you can't kill me because you don't know what I would do on the other side. Okay, that makes sense. But why can't you let me go? What makes you think I'm not... okay, objection. There's no such thing as a neuro acid, David Cage.
Let me guess, are they going to try and separate her and Aiden?
No. They're just gonna put her in a coma, like they did her mother.
Oh.
Oh, and you gotta love, and you gotta love the cliche of the villain explaining the evil plan for no reason whatsoever. Like literally, what does he gain exactly from being here explaining his plan to Jodie?
I'm still trying to wonder what the heck they gained from putting her under the state. It's not like she's tried to take over the world.
Well, but they're going to neuroacid her anyway, even though there's no such thing as a neuroacid. Okay. Back to what I was saying, though. Yeah, okay. Joe, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, just to prove my point that the characters in this game have no depth whatsoever. Oh, wait. Willem Dafoe is going nuts. Finally.
Nobody will have to die anymore. No
Yeah,
one will ever be separated
clearly the
again.
words of a sane man, right, Jova?
The containment field.
Never
I'm going to
separated again.
deactivate it. The infraworld will spread through our dimension. Life and death united in one world.
We're at 1426, right? And 27, 28, 29.
Actually, no, Jova, you're 10 seconds behind us.
Yeah, I'm at 41.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
me too.
well in that case, objection... Okay, well in that case I need to
minutes.
say objection for time's sake. It's like, well, okay, if this guy is supposedly cheated death...
15 minutes.
Okay.
3.
Wait,
2.
wait, hold on.
Well, now you're gonna have to go to 15 and 15.
Okay.
You're there?
I'm at 15-7, well, 15-18 technically.
Alright, I'll clue you in.
But yeah.
So yeah.
Seriously,
Nathan's
the guy
gonna say.
says that he is...
2, 1, go.
So yeah, the guy says that he's supposedly gotten rid of death. You know, somehow wiping it off, when really, this is only going to unite life and death. In fact, more so, make it death. In fact, aren't these people technically still dead, just brought into the real world?
Hurry.
There's a very simple answer to your question, Jova.
The plot doesn't
Bad
make
writing.
sense.
The
Bad
plot
writing.
doesn't make sense.
Okay, Pedro,
Exactly.
shall we play that game?
Who's the rest of your team?
Okay,
Nick.
I
Oh
wanna say
wait,
something.
oh wait,
The
that's
next-
right, this is one of the few good gameplay segments you told me.
Yeah, it is. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna have to do now is...
bastards. I like the way he says that. It's like, lucky bastards. They got to be on the scene of Far Cry 4. Meanwhile, here I am, stuck here on the scene of Beyond Two Souls. That's what I'd like to imagine happened with his crew and everything. And that's basically them chatting.
So that's your headcanon.
For this, yes, because the acting is so hokey at times that the real world and this game's world and, you know, actors pretty much just doing their off-screen stuff are one and the same.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, during this part, I'm gonna have to use the common objects around the building to guide Ryan and Cole to where Jodie is, so they can save her.
Hey, Cole,
That's
one of the
basically-
other likable characters. Be a real
Yeah.
shame if he
So-
dies.
So this is so the following few minutes is a gameplay-driven part. I know, rare for a game like this, right? But
Actual
I'm-
gameplay that's actually
I'm-
making us utilize Aiden's skills, and you can actually do it
Is that you,
creatively.
Aiden? This is
I'm
Joe.
gonna take advantage of the fact that this is a gameplay-driven part to go back to that game I was about to play with
Where's
Joba.
Jodie?
Okay, Joba, let's play a game.
Okay.
I want you to describe to me, taking aside the
it to
hypocrisy
Jodie, Show us the way.
part of it. I want you to describe to me Jodie's character without mentioning how she looks like, what her role in the story is. Well, actually, that's pretty much it. Describe her to me as a person, a character. You know, don't describe any physical appearance and stuff like that. Describe her to me as a person. Give me characteristics of her personality.
Well, if anything, it's just more so been, I guess. Let's see. She's sad. She's often crying. She whines a lot. And aside from that, I guess she has more character as a kid. Then again, when she acts as a kid, she tends to act like that stereotypical child who knows more than they should at their age joke thing. You know, like the sort of thing you see in The Shining, or...
Yeah,
In a
she's
way.
the stereotypical scary kid in horror movies.
And yet, as a older adult, she is... Okay, she's like Bruce Banner from The Incredible Hulk if you took away every single thing likable or legitimate about him. And David Banner in The Incredible Hulk actually had reasons for his suffering, and even then, with all he had to go through, he never still whined as much as Jodie. Heck, even Anakin Skywalker from the prequel trilogy of Star Wars had more legitimate reason to go on his tirades. And you know what? I'm just gonna say this. That's really all there is to her character when she's an adult.
Pretty much.
Crying
Let-
and whining,
let-
and if anything, it's more people reacting to her and calling her Jesus metaphor. Even the
There you go.
government, apparently, because that's the reason why they're trying to put her into a coma, because she's Jesus. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up being in, like, the same pose as him on the cross when we find her.
Wow, that would be about as subtle as Jesus metaphor as the Matrix movies.
We already had a Jesus metaphor, though, in part 5 of this playthrough.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, when your main character is about as complex as a wood plank, there's a problem.
Yeah, I really can't think of anything else to her character.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the stupidest guard in the history of everything.
You know, just watch people in the comments, David Cage fans, just try and call me out on that. Nah. Not that I'm really dissing anyone who likes this game, but I just don't understand the people who will argue
you
that...
made a mistake. Could you check again, please? Cole Freeman and Ryan Clayton?
Not that I'm really dissing anyone who likes this game, but I just don't understand the people who will argue that people who have a problem with this game are wrong.
Thank you.
Hurry, Aiden.
Nah.
Take us to Jodie.
I guess there's just some fools out there.
Well, there's clearly no glitch or anything. No, I'm just going to assume that their names are magically on the list because that makes sense.
Now what?
Huh. Okay, Apollo, sorry if we've been hogging this commentary a bit. You have anything to say?
Again, this is one of the main... One more thing. Just one more thing before Apollo says.
Okay.
Just one more final thing I have to say. A classic David Cage writing trick. Make the characters stupid. Act stupid for the sake of moving the plot forward. Go ahead, Apollo. Say your thoughts.
I generally don't have anything to say because I really don't like this part with Aiden at all.
Oh,
like, I just don't generally...
Jodie's here?
I don't enjoy this, but it's just really bland.
oh, look at
compared
that!
to the rest of the game.
Well, the entire game is...
Compared to the rest of the game, it's still bland.
the entirety of the game is bland, honestly, but fine.
Except for the Navajo chapter, but then again, that's just
the
pretty
Navajo-
much...
yeah.
That pretty much reads out like somebody was making this while smoking weed.
The Navajo chapter is still, in my opinion, the best part of the game. It's so fucking hilariously stupid.
Speaking of which, how about that? Jodie just happens to be in the room that's marked with level 5.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Oh yeah, Paul, just to explain, Pedro's an immense Professor Layton fan.
Not just Professor Layton, level 5 in general.
True. Oh! Red lights! Red lights! Red lights! Because this so clearly means that something is going to use two worlds together instead of, oh, I don't know, just creating the same pandemonium that it did the first time we had to fix this.
Exactly. We're pretty much repeating the exact same plot point we did like 3 times at this point. Yay, shaky cam for no reason.
Might still be a chance to reactivate the field.
Hey,
There's no reason to lead.
well, you kind of opened the continuum, so I'm taking a wild guess and saying that, yeah, it is too late, maybe.
It's never too late.
Oh, right.
Well, gee, bullets
Wait,
do nothing
the
against
bullets-
ghosts. Shock of all shocks. It's
Oh my
like
God.
they're already dead.
No, really?
You're actually trying to kill ghosts with bullets? What kind of scientists are you?
You're the only one who can stop this. Talking scumbag. He took out the field. You gotta get rid of these goddamn monsters now.
I ought to kill you, McGrath.
Wow, he actually ripped off a line from X-Men Origins Wolverine there.
Get out of my way.
Clayton, get me out of here immediately, Clayton. Clayton, that's
And now the consider that my resignation cliché.
Consider that my resignation. You're all gonna die here. We're all gonna die.
My god, are you an awful actor. Okay, so basically Cole is trying to turn off the containment field by using that computer he's using right there. So, but unfortunately it's going to fail, so we're actually going to have to go balls deep into the black sun.
So he doesn't actually succeed in his plan.
You mean Willem Dafoe? No, he doesn't.
Can't stop the condenser or reactivate the field. There's nothing we can do. Let's get out of here while we still can.
Unfortunately, by the way, I'll also like to mention that there's a really funny glitch that can happen in this particular moment in the game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen in this particular playthrough I recorded, but there is a glitch that can happen where Ryan is right there behind Jodie, like he's supposed to. But sometimes the game glitches out, and Ryan is outside behind the door right there that we're seeing right now. And because of that, the character model can't get through the door because the door is closed. So, okay. So
So
now
he
Ryan
dies there?
no, Ryan is going to put on the belt, but because his character model cannot get through the door, the belt suddenly starts flying, and basically it's like if you would see him putting the belt, except the character model is not there. So it's like the belt is flying. It's a really funny. It's a really funny glitch that you can see on YouTube if you want later. But I'm actually kind of sad that it didn't happen in this particular playthrough because that would have been hilarious.
Oh, glitch.
That's a common thing in David Cage games. They have a really lack of polish. David Cage games are notorious for having really hilarious graphical glitches. So that's not really surprising.
But it's so surprising in this game where he's actually been trying to play things up straight.
In fact, as far as graphical glitches go, that glitch was actually pretty tame. Trust me, I could show you some really...
Look at Jodie's legs there! It's like that... You can't even say that it's supposed to do that because it literally looks like her legs were that of missing numbers for a bit. And now Cole's doing it too! In fact, it looks like part of his crotch is missing.
I hope you're right. Or a little trip into the overworld might come to us.
Sodomized by a David Cage game. Oh, the horror.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to some stealth.
Wait, why does Jodie need a shield? Couldn't Aiden just protect her?
Aiden is taking a break right now.
Objection, Your Honor. The writer clearly forgot about the most biggest plot device of this entire game. Freaking Aiden! Come on, Aiden! Freaking Finn! Okay, he hasn't always done it, but there was still no explanation. But even still, Aiden, for the norm of this game, has been Jodie's shield. It's like, when there's been absolutely no other way for her to be protected, Aiden has been there to protect her. It's like...
But don't you see, Jova, we can't have Aiden save Jodie all the time, because otherwise she wouldn't be a strong female character.
But what about what happened in the mission, where she had to be rescued by Ryan in the game? Well, then again, I guess she was overwhelmed by number of masses. However, this does not excuse all the other times, like in part 11, where Ryan literally saved Jodie and Ryan's masses. So yeah, Aiden's actually done more when it comes to the actual saving.
Aiden is the real main character of this game, not Jodie. And Jodie does nothing. She's just taking along for the ride. And I left Cole to die because I just wanted to...
You left one of the likable characters to die just like that.
Well, don't worry. We'll see in the alternate endings how it turns out if he lives. But I wanted to get this done quickly because this video is already long enough as it is. So don't worry. I mean, all you've missed is the melodramatic scene where the Cole is all like, "Go ahead, Jodie, do it for me."
I would have rather had him. His dialogue hasn't made me cringe every time, unlike a lot of these other characters.
Indeed, I guess.
What the?
And now, ladies and gentlemen...
Journey?
Jova.
It looks like Journey for a bit. But, yeah. Wait, the Black Sun?
Fans of Journey all around the world, I apologize for my commentator's comment right here.
Oh, it was only just for a little bit, the joke, and it kind of does look like that one scene in Journey.
I know, but the very implication of it is offensive to me. Sorry, Jova.
Oh, well, at least we're through with that. But yeah, what about this is a black sun?
It's black and it's round, I guess.
That's the supposed sun they're talking about? It looks more like a cloud.
Emotion.
Is this what the infraworld is often like?
Apparently, when you die, you get sent here. Apollo, what do you think?
I remember watching the playthroughs and realizing that this is where the game probably died for me. Maybe. I know both of you really don't like the game that much, but this is where I kind of realized that there's a lot of ass porn in this game.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's
not to mention, as far as for as much as they build up the infraworld, the infraworld is actually pretty lame, honestly.
it's like, you know what? It's like, you know, if this is death, screw bored. It's like, you know what? Screw all the worries of immortality. I'll take being bored in the real world over this.
I lost my baby. Have you seen him? No.
and all
My
the-
baby, you've got to see the baby.
all
You've
these
got to see the baby. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I'm sorry, but the baby, the quote-unquote...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the plot, David decided that he doesn't want Ryan around for the next couple of minutes, so Ryan disappeared for no reason.
I'm sorry, but the quote-unquote baby in Bioshock was much more emotionally endearing. And that was a freaking...
You mean the gun?
Yes. And
You
that was
mean
a
the gun?
freaking revolver.
Oh, look! Hey, Willem!
I can't find them.
Why the fuck did he bring a weapon?
But they don't go.
I have no
What?
idea.
Why did he
Maybe
bring
it's
a
because
gun
they
here?
don't recognize you
Seriously.
anymore. Your anger has
What?
changed.
Jodie, do you even know what you're talking about? Seriously? Come on, Jodie. Really, that's all you've got? Is just saying that they don't recognize him because of his anger anymore? Why not just tell him up straight and say, oh hey, they're avoiding you because they want to freaking die. Oh no.
Come on. Oh, here it comes.
Please don't. Not only is it cliché, but it'd be the worst way to end off one of the... Well, I guess he's not really likable at this point, but come on!
Yep, they did it.
And yeah...
Well,
is there any way to
about-
prevent him doing that?
no, there isn't. Yeah, he's gonna die no matter what, because the game wants his character to end like this, with his family in the
That's the
world.
worst way you could end it!
Dumbest suicide ever.
So what's next? Is he actually gonna tell us to go clean it up?
Oh, I love this part. I love this part.
do it.
Wow. Wow. Oh, hey, Shiroi.
Hey, Jodie. Okay, Jodie. Sorry for the mess I caused. Go ahead, go fix my mess. Okay, thanks.
Seriously? That's how they end this guy's character arc. Not only do they make him unlikable to high heaven, they have him shoot himself out of an Oedipus Rex complex, and then have us go fix his mess. It's like, it's like all of a sudden we're supposed to like him now as well.
Got 33 minutes, Shiroi. You there yet? Wait a minute, I thought Shiroi was back.
Yeah, I thought I heard her for a bit.
Ah, okay, fine. You know, ladies and gentlemen, okay, so yeah, the game has more than jumped its shark at this point. Let's just... Oh, wait, now we're... Because I guess we need one final action scene, we have to fight to get to avoid this spirit, even though this adds nothing to the story, but I guess we need to film it for time, I guess.
Gotta have
Again, when you don't have an actual story to tell, you have to eat up as much screen time as possible.
Let me guess, doing nothing here will still let you
Oh, hi,
proceed.
Ryan! Oh, hi, Ryan. Where were you this whole time?
Wait, he was there a few minutes ago as well, but yeah.
True, but where was he during the Willem Dafoe suicide?
Oh, you're talking about that.
Containment filter working.
Like, seriously, he disappeared for no reason, and then he came back for no reason.
Not working.
What the-
Well, of course it's not working, and will you... Okay,
Okay,
I've never seen...
okay.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody say the F word that many times in a sentence like that.
Yeah, that's
cluster F-bombs are clearly needed.
David Cage. This is how David Cage interprets Americans, always swearing like sailors.
What is it with all of his games literally taking place in America anyway?
Because he wants to be a Hollywood director. Oh, fuck you!
And go with
Ah.
Bollywood.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for those that are wondering, even if you refuse him all the time throughout the entire game, this kiss will still happen. He will still force his way on her.
Because because Twilight. That's the only reason I can think of. Think about it. A romance.
And guess what? Jova? Guess what, Jova? I'm gonna say something that's really gonna piss you off. Guess what, Jova? It's actually possible for Ryan to die during this part. If you don't manage to convince Nathan to commit suicide, Nathan will shoot you. And if you don't save yourself, Ryan will come and try to save you. And from their gunfight, Nathan ends up shooting Ryan by accident. And when Ryan dies, Jodie starts crying, and she actually says that she loves him, even if you refuse them throughout the entire game. She still ends up saying that she loves her, or she loves him at the end.
I'm almost wishing you would show that up for how crazy it sounds.
So yeah, once again, your choices in this game mean jack shit.
And then let me guess, out of sorrow of what he did, Nathan then shoots himself after that.
No.
Wait,
both of them.
Nathan can actually survive?
No. After that is when Nathan commits suicide, I think.
That's what I was asking. It's like, well, apparently out of horror, what he did, he shoots himself?
Actually, I think both of them died. Both of them end up dying at the same time.
So what, they like shoot each other?
Somehow, yeah, even though that should not be possible.
Wow.
It's been a while since I've seen that particular scenario, so I would have... But yeah, both of them end up dying. That's pretty much what it is. Details are unimportant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the ending. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the big plot twist, quote-unquote.
So this is what people were going on when they kept saying that this game is like 12 endings.
He strangled him.
And in case you didn't know, guys, basically, Aiden, the ghost who's been following you around the whole entire game, turns out to be Jodie's stillborn twin brother.
That was so cliche that I called it in the first part.
Gee, look, I sure didn't see this coming a million miles away.
I honestly didn't. I say that. I had no idea this was gonna happen.
So what was your reaction?
But here's the thing, Apollo. Even if this plot twist seriously surprised you.
Oh Jesus,
whoa.
That was loud.
What was that? Okay. Whose end was that from?
And now we're playing Flower.
Is it just me, or does this look a bit like that part from Sonic 06? Oh, look, Aiden's naked.
We still will never see Aiden's face.
How much do you want to bet? Oh, hi. Wait, apparently Shiroi's back. Shiroi, you're here.
I haven't got a message from Shiroi.
I loved you. I hated you.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Go to...
Oh, no, I never turned the video off.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. Sorry if we hogged
Shiroi.
the commentary a bit.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Don't worry, Shiroi. You're just in time for the bullshit ending.
Oh.
Why is the sky turning
this
dark?
is Aiden.
Because symbolism. It should have been David Cage. You know, looking all gooey and, you know,
No, we know where David Cage ended up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. But, back to what I was saying, Apollo. Yeah, even if the plot twist seriously surprised you, let's think about the plot twist of Aiden's identity.
Hi, Mass Effect free ending.
Yeah, Mass Effect free. But, think about it, Apollo.
Which one? The one that came with the game, or the DLC ending?
The one that came with the game.
The DLC ending?
Oh yes, you're right. A fun fact about that. You know how badly received the original ending to Mass Effect 3 was? That got so bad that they
made a better one by DLC.
Yep.
Yes.
No, it was free. It was free.
It was free.
So.
Would have been bollocks if it wasn't free.
Okay.
No, I said they made a better one for DLC.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The hate for... And, you know, you can't really blame them, though, because that was an ending that literally betrayed the entire franchise. It's like...
True.
They should have done that for 06. They should have made a good DLC story.
Let's not dwell too further in Mass Effect 2, though.
Mass Effect
3, actually, sorry. Okay, Apollo, let's think about the plot twist of Aiden being her stillborn brother for a moment.
Oh,
Even if it genuinely surprised you, let's think about the plot twist for a moment. It doesn't add anything to the story. It's just there. Okay, so Aiden is her brother, so it doesn't really change anything. It doesn't change the way we look at either character.
Come to think of it, was there ever really any mystery as to where Aiden came from? Because I don't really recall that really being a mystery.
This is another big problem with David Cage in this regard. Like, he doesn't understand what a plot twist is. A plot twist is when the plot actually twists. You know, an event that changes the way you look at the story. This doesn't change the story in any way. It's just a revelation. And it doesn't. And again, the revelation doesn't really change Jodie's character. It doesn't change Aiden's character. I mean, it doesn't really change anything.
And furthermore, and furthermore, there was never really any demand to figure out who Aiden was. There's no real sense of mystery in it. In fact, we pretty much knew who Aiden was, a ghost who follows Jodie around. If anything, just making him her brother is really just an add-on that doesn't really do anything.
He was already her brother in everything but name.
Yeah.
They're just adding the name. Like it. No. Oh yeah, Jodie's dead.
Shiroi, how do you feel about this scene?
Wait, you picked Beyond? Oh gosh.
Hang on. You expect me to feel for these characters?
Pretty much what I say.
Don't worry, Apollo. It's true. I picked the Beyond ending, but we're gonna have an extra part showing off all the alternate endings.
Oh, Pedro.
Both playthroughs have picked the life ending.
Well, technically not all the endings, because according to fans, there's really 12 endings.
Well, there is.
Actually, no.
I guess that's a technical.
In reality, there's only 7 endings, but that's. I mean, by different endings, they mean like the same ending, but with different visual differences.
The dialogue doesn't count as a new ending.
Technically, the life ending has like at least 4 different ones. I can't remember.
Exactly.
Pedro, want to tell Shiro what you told me about what happens if you don't commit Nathan to?
Just have to listen.
Oh, that's. Guess what, Shiroi? You know how we've been trying to refuse Ryan's
sexual advances.
Yeah, on us.
Yeah.
You're sounding like Andrew Ryan, Jodie.
It didn't happen throughout this particular playthrough, but guess what? There is a particular scenario in the overworld where Ryan can possibly get killed by Nathan's gun. And if that happens, Jodie starts crying.
Sounding like Andrew Ryan, Jodie.
It didn't happen throughout this particular playthrough, but guess what? There is a particular scenario in the overworld where Ryan can possibly get killed by Nathan's gun. And if that happens, Jodie starts crying, and she ends up saying that she loves him, regardless of your choices. So.
As Apollo said, it's David Cage, our choices don't matter.
So you see, Shiroi, the lesson here is that the will of a woman to refuse a man is meaningless. The woman must love the man unconditionally.
Because love conquers all, blah, blah, blah.
And pretentious ending.
It's like that whole thing about 06 that you mentioned before, like Amy said that she'd still love Sonic no matter what he does.
I'm not even going to get into that.
I hate that. That is not the Amy I know and love.
The reason... look, wait,
Amy is one of my
guys,
favorite characters in the Sonic series.
Guys,
so
Ryan is sad.
Jodie's
Go ahead,
watching
feel
over
sad.
Ryan. I like how he rolled his eye there.
Jova.
I know all
He's like, why am I still here?
Pretentious ending.
I know all the... Okay, Jodie, stop trying to be Andrew Ryan. Seriously, you've been going on about how there's no god and no devil, no gods or whatever.
Before I can leave to discuss.
Pretty much a slap in the face against religion.
Andrew Ryan did it so much better, though.
You're not saying any... Okay, David, stop. This is not deep. This is not interesting. This is just pointless nonsense.
Going into what we were saying about Amy, I would actually love to see a Sonic game, or, I don't know, an episode of something that actually goes into how Amy would react if Sonic were temporarily turned evil, I guess.
Ooh, that would be good.
So yeah, the homeless people are not homeless anymore, and they're watching a Bond movie.
Hey,
Apparently, I wish I was watching a Bond movie.
I play over and over again.
You didn't
Are they?
listen?
Like a TV.
You didn't notice the Bond theme was playing in their.
Huh.
But there's one thing
And
I
again,
do
I have the volume turned down low because
really
Skype
happens.
recording.
when I'm alone.
Oh,
Okay,
is
like-
that the kid whose name
Yes,
escaped me?
this is the baby we delivered in
5.
part
She says there are
I-
things I need to
5.
know.
Yeah, this is the baby. She grew up to be
Why is she
this
lying
girl,
down on the floor
and guess
like
what?
that?
Fly. I can go
Guess
through
what,
walls.
guys? She has a gift too.
I see beautiful
How?
things around people,
Does Jodie stalk
and I
her?
discover far
Because
away
apparently she was born
That
next
doesn't
to
make
Jodie.
any sense.
And
Iden was dead at the time, though.
the voice told me not to follow.
apparently the ability to see, apparently the ability to have ghost friends is contagious.
Must be contagious. But wait, it was supposed to... But it was told that it was genetic,
Oh, and
apparently.
of course, everything's pink because she's a girl.
Jova, it doesn't matter anymore. David Cage just stopped trying to make sense of this a long
Voice
time ago.
says nothing.
David Cage has pink and blue
I'm
syndrome.
too scared to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
I
god,
often have the same dream.
this is so
Everything
fucking
seems so real.
pretentious.
Sounds, smells.
Oh hi! It's that scene we saw
Yeah.
in part
I know.
Don't
5.
get what this scene is meant to be.
It's
Is this a Beyond Two Souls 2? Is this a DLC?
It's funny you mention that,
There's
because
not gonna be.
DLC. This is all part of the
Actually,
statement.
there's never. That's not. According to David Cage, there's not going to be any sequel or DLC or anything. So,
What is this meant to be?
a sequel hook! Even though David Cage... It's funny because David
Amazing.
Cage says he hates sequel hooks, yet here he is, using a sequel hook! Oh, my condolences to Norman Corbiel, whoever this was donated towards.
Norman Corbiel was the composer of a.k.a.
So that's who
He
this
must
game
feel
was
bad
dedicated
that he's
to.
tied to this game.
Actually, it was dedicated to 2 more people, but we'll see that after the credits. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, that final scene, Apollo. That's pretty much David Cage didn't know exactly how to end the story,
Oh, the
so
God, Jodie
random scene that makes no sense whatsoever. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The story doesn't actually end; it just kind of stops.
I
There's
hate
no
tales
conclusion to
that
any
do
of
that
this.
sort of thing.
Okay, final thoughts. I'll start. This game, like, of all the David Cage games, this, and I'm putting game on quotations because this is the bare minimum of a game. There's barely any interactivity at all. Yeah, there's your problem right there. Written and directed by David Cage. There you go. The entire problems of the game summed up right there. Written
I
and
don't
directed
think
by
we
David
need to say
Cage.
anything else other than.
But
David
yeah,
Cage.
the story makes no sense. The characters are as interesting as toast. The gameplay is non-existent. The graphics look good, but that's about it. The music is awesome, I'll give it that. If there's the best thing about this game is the music. I freaking love Hans Zimmer's music on this game. Like, for example,
Oh, it's funny you mentioned Hans
game
Zimmer
we're
because
releasing
apparently
right
the
now.
way David Cage got him involved in this game was, I think Hans Zimmer didn't think this was a game, or oh wait, now I remember. Hans Zimmer apparently didn't like games, and that's why he didn't do music for them.
We did that. Jova, we did a commentary on that.
Yes,
By the
yes,
way,
but
I have to say,
continuity-wise,
Pedro
it hasn't
don't
come out
even,
yet.
because Toast is very interesting compared to this.
True.
Okay, so that was my final thoughts. Apollo, since you're our guest commentator, you go first.
This being, I guess, not the third full commentary, but the third half pseudo commentary I've seen. You guys have really brought to light, I guess, some of the issues I haven't noticed. I know Heavy Rain's a big game. Generally, I don't even know about Fahrenheit.
Oh, Fahrenheit!
You've done that one too!
Oh, Fahrenheit!
You have, if you haven't seen Fahrenheit,
I've seen a playthrough of Fahrenheit.
see it. Like that
Or
game
Indigo
is
Pros.
one of the most hilarious comedies I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
I know, this game is just bad. I got a pretty good laugh out of
Agreed.
Indigo Prophecy.
Fahrenheit. Like I'll just sum it up. Giant spider holograms.
I thought
Dragon
those were
Ball Z
ghost
fights that
ticks.
come out of nowhere.
Stephen
Ghost
Blum.
chicks,
Stephen
spiders,
Blum
whatever.
is an Irish or Scottish or whatever the heck language that guy was speaking.
Oh, and let's not forget the most out of nowhere romance in the history of fiction.
Oh, I almost forgot. Press
but, okay.
There's literally a press X to hump the lady scene.
Jova.
It's like
final thoughts.
Oh wait, hold on. But yeah, Apollo, you remember that joke that Sonic Paradox made in that Sonic video where Vector comes in saying, "To get through tight spaces, press the circle button to slide"? They actually did that in Indigo Prophecy, where you literally press X to have sex and hump a woman.
Have sex.
And yes, it's in the European version.
Because art. Apollo.
Yeah. Okay, my final thoughts. This game was a travesty. I mean, there are games that are even, you know, so bad that they're good, but no, I found this so bad that it was awful. I mean, downright awful.
You actually like Time and Eternity better.
That one at least made me legitimately laugh at some times out of how bad it was, and that actually could get so bad it was good. But the problem with this game is that it actually has a protagonist who was never, ever called out for her shortcomings. I mean, say what you will about the protagonist of Time and Eternity, but heck, even he was occasionally called out for his BS. But no, Jodie is an outright hypocrite, and the story expects us to run with it. She's given scene after scene, chance after chance to develop her character, yet she just whines and whines and acts so selfish. I mean, okay, look. Having the sort of life where you're treated like trash, chased by the government, and treated like an experiment can only get you so much, considering how you act out of it. And literally, the thing that makes her motivation for leaving is just one kid's father dying. That's her entire motivation for rebelling. And yes.
Even if you want to consider the way she acts as a real person realistically will react to all this, there's also another point that a lot of people miss, is that not everything that is realistic will automatically transition well into a script writing page. There's a reason why there's no such thing as a movie that represents reality 100% as it is, because reality is
overrated.
Itself,
we really have no real idea what reality was.
It's overrated and boring. That's
not
why
to
we
mention
have
that reality is constantly changing. I mean, heck, if you would ask like at least 2 decades ago, people would never have imagined reality having something like Skype.
Like for example, there are rapists out there in the world that manage to get away with what they do and never get arrested. Does that mean it's realistic? Does that mean
really, David Cage? Really? For Maria and Mercedes from the Infraworld.
That was quite a comparison you made.
It was more
serious. That last part where David Cage wrote to Maria and Mercedes, he literally said from the Infraworld.
Yeah, that's stupid. But ladies and gentlemen, I tried my best to look up who these Maria and Mercedes are. I could not. I had no luck. I don't know. Nobody knows who Maria and Mercedes are.
Wait, hold on, I wasn't quite done.
Final thoughts.
The music was actually good, and I managed to like at least one character. But apart from that, the writing is terrible. Almost every character is completely boring. And
the gameplay?
It's a result of David Cage.
Yeah. Lack of gameplay is really breaking. And the worst thing is that it made Ryan likable compared to almost everyone else. In fact, the only person coming out of this likable intact was Cole. And he dies.
Just like Time and Eternity, like the only likable character is oh crap. Is it Moa?
Weddy.
No.
Weddy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Beyond Two Souls. I hope you enjoyed this more than Jova did.
More than I did. More than anyone did.
Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, see you next part in the alternate endings.